Hey everybody, here is the review that we did in class today that I told you that I would put on my blog so you can check, because we did not get a chance to check everything that we did in class today. Okay, so let's get started. As you know, you have a test tomorrow. There are several methods that I taught you in order to solve a system of equations. The first is graphing, the second is substitution, the third is elimination, and the fourth is elimination with multiplication. The only time you have to graph is when I say for you to graph, as in example 1. Other than that, you can use any method that you feel is most appropriate for the problem or most appropriate for your comfort level. Now, with number 1, it says graph the system. Okay, so when I graph the first one, my slope in the first is negative 1/3, b is 2. So I'm plotting 2. I'm rising 1, running to the left 2. Excuse me, running to the left 3, pardon me. Down 1, to the right 3. Draw my line. My second equation has a slope of 2/3 and a y-intercept of negative 1. Rise 2, run 3, and there I have a point. Down 2, left 3. So the solution to a system of equations is where the two lines intersect. And here they intersect at one point, and this is the point. Now the question number 1 says, what is the x-coordinate? So my x-coordinate is 3. Question number 2 says, what is the y-coordinate? Well, it is 1, because this point is 1, 2, 3, 1. Excuse me, I was sneezing. Okay, question number 3 is asking, is negative 4, 3 a solution to the following? So what you're going to do is plug in negative 4, 3 into both equations. And in order for it to be a solution to the system, remember a system is both of them, then you have to answer yes to each individual line. So when I plug it in, I get 2 times negative 4 plus negative 3 times 3 is equal to negative 13. And that's what we're trying to find out. Okay, well, negative 8, negative 9 is negative 17. And we know negative 17 does not equal negative 13. I don't need to go any further, because if this is a no, then it is a no. Now, if this was yes, we would need to go into the second equation. Okay, number 4 is asking for you to solve that system. Okay, I'm going to use elimination with multiplication, and I'm going to multiply the first equation by a negative 2. So when I distribute, I get 6 plus negative 2y, excuse me, 6x plus negative 2y is equal to negative 14. Bring over my next equation. Now, I've got a negative 2 and a positive 2. I can add them. That goes away. 6 and 5 is 11x is equal to negative 11. Divide by 11. So x is negative 1, which that was the question that was asking. Now, number 5, and I apologize, there's been some I messed up with my numbering on these. So this is really in 4. Okay, what is the y value? So I'm going to take negative 1, plug it back into either equation, and solve for y. So 2y is 8, so y is 4. So the solution to that system was negative 1, 4. Next page. Now here, like we talked about in class, you can use any method. Okay, the best method for me would be substitution. And substitute 3y in for x. And on this one there was another typo. Sorry about the typos. It should have read negative 42. And you corrected it on yours. So, 4 times 3y plus 2y is equal to negative 42. So that gives you 12 plus 2y So 14y is equal to negative 42, so y is negative 3. And that's what it's asking in this problem. Now in 7, it's asking for x. So I just take my y and plug it in, and x was negative 9. So if I wrote this as a solution, it would be negative 9, negative 3. And parents, if you're looking at this, the reason why I have it broken up is we did this in iRespond, and you can only put in one answer. I could not write in an ordered pair, so that's why it was broken down. Okay, number 8, another question like the front page. Is negative 5, 2 a solution to the system? So plug it in. 4 times negative 5 plus 5 times 2 has to equal negative 10. So negative 20 plus 10. And yes, this does work. But I'm not finished. I need to go back and check to see if it fits the second one. Be careful, 3 times y, so 3 times y has to equal 2 times negative 5 plus 10. And we know 6 does not equal 0, therefore it is not a solution. Okay, number 9. Here's another one where I would, because it's set up equal to x, I would substitute. So I write all of that in the place of x, and now I'm going to distribute. Collect like terms. So negative 5y is equal to negative 10. So y was positive 2. Y is positive 2. So now to find, and that was in here, be careful, it's asking for x. Okay? So if I found y to be 2, plug in 2 back up here. So 4 times 2 plus negative 12. So 8 plus negative 12. So x is negative 4. So in this question, when you put it in iRespond, you should have put negative 4 in first, and then down here, fixing the numbering, you should have put 2. But your ordered pair for this problem was negative 4, 2. Okay, number 11. Number 11 is an easy one. I'm just going to eliminate, and I'm going to add because I have a positive and a negative x. So that cancels out, leaving me with 2y is equal to 16. Divide both sides by 2, so y is 8. Be careful, it's asking for x. I solve for y, so now plug 8 back in and solve for x. So x was 2, so that was the answer to this question. And then down here, number 12, we had to fix that. What was the y in this problem? Y was 8. But my ordered pair is 2, 8. Okay, number 13. Now, before I can do anything, I need to write this in slope-intercept form. So I need to move 6y over. So I get 5x minus 2y is equal to negative 10. 3x plus 6y is 66. Now I'm going to eliminate with multiplication, and I'm going to get rid of y. I'm going to multiply my top by 3. So really I have 15x minus 6y is equal to negative 30. 3x plus 6y is equal to 66. Now I can eliminate my y's by adding. So I get 18 is equal to 36. 18x is equal to 36. So x is 2. So this question was asking for the x. Number 14 is going to be asking for the y. So take my x, plug it back in, and solve. So 5 times 2 minus 2y is equal to negative 10. Get rid of 10. So negative 2y is equal to negative 20. So y is 10. My ordered pair, you would write as 210. Okay. Next, remember, it's a word problem, so we want to define our variables. 2 shirts and 4 pair of jeans cost $136. 3 shirts and 2 pair of jeans cost $132. What is the cost of a shirt? I'm going to let X be shirt because that's what I read first, and Y be jeans. So 2 shirts and 4 jeans is $136. 3 shirts and 2 jeans is $132. Okay. So now I need to eliminate. I'm going to multiply the second one by a negative 2, so my y's go away. So 2x, I'm rewriting the first one, and then I'm going to distribute, and I get negative 6x plus negative 4y is equal to negative 264. I'm going to add, my y's go away. So this gives me a negative 4x is equal to, remember when you subtract, the bigger number goes on top. So you get 128. And it's a negative. Divide by negative 4. So x is equal to 32. 32 what? And we said x represents shirts. It's $32 per shirt. And that's what this was asking you. How much is a shirt? $32. Okay, and the next question, how much is a pair of jeans? Again, the numbering, I apologize. A pair of jeans, I'm going to take my 32 and plug it back into my problem. So 2 times 32 is 64, plus 4y is 136. Get rid of 64. So 4y is equal to 72. And now 72 divided by 4 is 18. So $18 for a pair of jeans. Okay, number 17. What type of system of equations would result in one solution? Intersecting lines produce one solution. Number 18, what type of system of equations would result in no solution? Okay, parallel lines produce no solutions. And it's not on here, but coincidental lines produce infinitely many because they are the same line. Number 19. The zoo charges $4 for every adult, $2 for every child. Today the zoo had 272 people in attendance and collected a total of $664. How many adults visited the zoo? So I'm going to define my variables. X is adult, because it's what I read first. Y is child. Okay, I had 272 people. X plus Y is 272. $4 for every adult plus $2 for every child brought in $664. I'm going to eliminate y, so I'm going to multiply the top equation by a negative 2. So it gives me negative 2x plus negative 2y is equal to sorry, that threw me off. That is not y'all's bell. You'll be back in a few minutes. 544. Now bring this over. I'm going to eliminate. So I get 2x is equal to 120. So x is equal to 60. So what does that mean? X represents adult, so 60 adult tickets. Okay. So now, in 20, how many children visited the zoo? In 19, 272 minus 60 is 212 children. Okay, the next question. Okay, the sum of two numbers is 228 and their difference is 78. What is the larger number? Well, I'm going to define x is my larger number, y is my smaller number. The sum means I'm taking the two numbers and I'm adding them together and I get 228. Their difference is 78, which means I'm subtracting. I'm going to eliminate. I'm going to add, so y's go away. So that gives me 2x is equal to 306. Divide by 2. So x is 153. And x represents the larger number, so 153 is the larger number, which is what question 21 is asking. Okay, so now to find the larger number, to find the smaller number, I take 228 and I subtract 153. And you get 75 as the smaller number. Okay, make sure you go through all of your notes, your composition book, your packet, and you'll be ready for tomorrow. Y'all have a great night.